NBA 2K19 tutorial number 18. Today will be a film study of an incredible money play. This play is the best one I have found so far on 2K19. So there will be also a detailed breakdown of all of the options and modifications that you can make to the play to ensure, consistent success and also for you to use it to its full potential. Now please do review tutorial number 5 from my all 2K19 tutorials playlist that you can find on my homepage to catch up on a few things and also find out on the information you need to make this work the best for you. And also you can catch up on past and even future tutorials from this point forward. So as you can see, as I was labbing this play against Hall of Fame computer, over 12 minutes of time I was able to produce 32 points for Oladipo. That's 32 points in 1 quarter, so that's a crazy play. So for you to use this, as ideally as possible, you want a wing player or a point guard that has a similar skill set to Oladipo, so someone like a Durant, a Paul George, or like a Vince Carter if you're doing my team. Production from this is guaranteed. Scoring 100 points per game with just a single player using this play is a non-issue. But do please review tutorial number 5 because you will need the relevant passing controls to maximize what I'm about to show you today. The play itself is called Give 4-2 Punch, and it is a handoff play from the Pelicans playbook. And I'm going to show it to you just one time what it looks like normally. So don't run it this way, but I'm just trying to show you what the entirety of the play looks like. Loop screen up top, cutter goes below, the postman, kick it in there. If you get the ball in, you score, right? But that's not what we're going to do. So I'm going to show you a beginner modification first. So you call a play for Oladipo, and this is what I call the post-engage flush. So you wait till the offense sets up, you enter the ball into the post, and you wait for this loop screen that is bound to happen up top. As you can see, it's usually the center and the initiator. So double loop screen up top, and as you engage in the post, you can open yourself up a passing lane. And if you see the players line up like this, Oladipo and Young, hold triangle, and you will subsequently flush in Oladipo. And as you do so, wait till he's open, let go of triangle, or Y on Xbox, and you can get him the easy look. Now, more often than not, this beginner version of this beginner modification, really, it's gonna work because just this alone is actually already gonna get you plenty of easy looks against computer or online as a trick play. But understand this, if you run the beginner modification like this, it's actually prone to turnover because you can see against smart competition, they'll probably bring the guard down to swipe, or even when you're doing this flush pass, really the post defender can play the passing lane right there, right? So there's a lot of sneaky opportunities for the defense to steal the ball if they play it smart. Like in real time, you can see a lot of chances as you run this beginner modification with just the post engage at the low block by holding triangle to flush. The defense got plenty of chances to swipe, like as this happens, Conley can swipe there, post defender can swipe there. If they don't, you're gonna score, but if they do, you'll be in trouble. So here's an advanced modification to counter those problems. So you can check this out. I've called a play for Oladipo again, enter the ball into the post, but this time I'm gonna bring the post player to around the free throw circle, middle elbow area. Then I'm gonna also use the IRC control to control the cutter. So if you don't know what the IRC control is, please go watch tutorial number 5 because it's pretty complicated, so watch it there. But what you really want to do is you want to bring the post player while he has the ball closer to the middle, around the elbow circle area, and then you want to IRC the cutter, tap R1, hold circle, set your settings correctly, and then you can get a better defensive angle and much better creation of the passing lanes. Like you want to get close to the middle, but keep the ball safe by holding on to L2. And if you need to back into the post of the paint to get away from the defender, do it. Like you see, I'm backing away from the player, backing away, and then I'm going to back in to get away from the swipe. And at this point, I'm going to trigger the IRC, tap R1, hold circle, give myself a good passing lane between ball and man, get it in there, let go of circle, get the ball, then finish it up. This time I drew a foul, but that's still very high quality look, right? You can see it again, get the ball to the middle, use the post controls to get away from defenders, IRC, finish. And you would draw plenty of fouls doing this, so tons and tons of free throw. Now, here's the best modification though. This is what I call the supersized version. When you do this version, you actually make the small forward initiate the play. So here I'm using Bogdanovic, and I'm getting the ball to Young, and because it's Bogdanovic, now I'm getting an off-ball screen from the center and the small forward. And if I do that, I can still use the IRC control, but because the screens are so good, I can actually get plenty of free balls this way. So if you want your wing player that you call this play for to shoot 3-point shots, initiate a play with your small forward, what I call the opposite wing, what I call the supersized version, run the IRC, but instead of IRC-ing the cutter all the way into the paint, you can IRC him to the opposite side, right? Because if you look at the spacing of this play, it's wide open on the side. And awkwardly enough, if the defense has deny ball set on your small forward, like because Bogdanovic is a good shooter, you can see they have deny ball on him. And that just actually gets in the way even more. So I can IRC Oladipo, like that entire side is open. So I can run to the corner for a free ball if I want. But I can run everywhere because that entire side is clear. So this supersized version is likely the best version. It obviously works the best if you're calling the play for a shooting guard player. So Oladipo is perfect. Run it with any small forward you use, really. My team, you can use anybody else. But the point is, because you're using your small forward, these screens are so big and they're very difficult to switch because it is the small forward. You're going to get plenty of free balls. And the final counter to this play is what I call the overload side pick and roll with the center. Now, because obviously the cut option is there, the free ball option is there, off the IRC or off the flush, but there's nothing. You can just swing the ball there and then call for your center to come for a pick and roll, and you can see that's an overload clear side pick and roll. And that is the deadliest pick and roll in 2K19. It's a side pick and roll where the corner is clear, so what we call an overload. So you don't want this spacing when you run side pick and roll. See, this is not an overload because you see on the strong side, there's a man in the corner on the left there, right? So it's not a clear corner, it's not an overload on the right, it's a spaced out balance. If you do that, you see, that corner man kind of chokes out the spacing and you don't get to get what you want. And then here's another tip. If you call the give 4-2 punch for Oladipo and you're just trying to run a side pick and roll, make sure 100% of the time do not call the side pick and roll from the power forward. Because I am calling it from the power forward here, which in this case is Thaddeus Young. If you go with the power forward, you see we're back into that ugly spacing again. There's no overload on the weak side, and the strong side has that corner man in there getting in the way. But if I call the center over, see, success. Overload on the left, clear corner man. Alright? So when you do run this for the side pick and roll option, the final option, use the supersized version, use the small forward to bring it up, call give 4-2 punch, get to the power forward, make sure he gets into the middle. If he doesn't get into the middle, as you can see here, Thaddeus Young is not in the middle. And if he's not in the middle, even if you catch the ball and call a side pick and roll with your center right now, watch, I'm calling it. See, there's no overload again. This is the strong side corner covered. There's no clear side. So you need to make sure you get your power forward after the entry pass. He's got to get to the middle. So to do it perfectly, it has to be like so. So supersized version, call with Bogdanovic, get the ball under the post, bring your postman to the middle, use the ball protect, use the post up, get it to him, now wait it out, call the pick from the center, now run the side pick and roll. Clear all day, you can pull up, you can do whatever you want because the entire side is clear. And for the freelance to go perfectly with this play, make sure you are in Boston for free motion. That's the money freelance that goes perfectly with this play. If you want to run that side pick and roll action, get it to Young, get yourself to the middle, post up to protect the ball, get it to Oladipo off the IRC, call for a pick and roll or pick and fade with the center, attack the side, all day long. Like literally, all day. Look at Oladipo dance, it's nasty. Like seriously, you can watch it again, same thing. I'm in Boston for free motion, get it to the postman, postman's gonna get down low, loop screen up top, protect the ball, get it to him, call for the pick from the center, pick and fade this time because Miles Turner's got that range. This is just wrecking them because they can't defend this because that's how 2K19 is. A side pick and roll is deadly online, offline, and against your friends. Now, if they do double though, which the defense will do, especially if they would double in the post, your teammates actually from this play will just automatically dive into the paint, so easy baskets. Really no harm there. The only counter to this play is to double the postman, but since I'm only using the postman to pass, really, any type of double triggered on the postman is going to lead to an open cut by either of the off-ball screeners, so Bogdanovic or Turner in this case, alright? So you can see it again, I keep running the supersized version. Literally, it's actually better to run the supersized version every single time, if you can. But if you can, the point guard is okay too. It's just not as efficient, right? But you see that double is coming again. I kick it back out to Oladipo off the loop cut, and now I get a free ball. Not a good idea to double a postman who is only looking to pass. Now, obviously, you can't hit every shot with this playset, but honestly, the math is completely on your side because as you saw from my Victor Oladipo's production, I mean, he scored 32 in 12 minutes. I think throughout the entirety of the game, like I only lapped this for like the first half, and he scored like 52 or something. So like, yeah, 100 points of this is easy. That's how efficient this is. And if you do happen to miss a couple of shots of it, I wouldn't worry too much about it. And obviously, for those of you who happen to have a good post-up power forward, I mean, you don't even need to run these IRC shots or anything like that, because the initial action up top actually gets the power forward a lot of time to work in the post. So like, if you got a good power forward and you got good post moves, like, don't even run don't run the IRC, don't look for the cuts, just right here, right now, go attack the post. I didn't do that here because Fatty is young, is not really a good postman. I decided to settle for a overload side pick and roll, and I missed a shot there, but that is a fantastic look. If I missed that, you know, I missed that, but I'm gonna let it go. Because over time, you see, I missed free shots there, but like, I keep running this, and like, I mean, I'm just missing open shots. If I keep getting open shots like this, get it to the middle, swing it around, IRC for the free ball, green release. Math is on your side. And I understand this. When you're in the post like so, the L2 protect in post is actually pretty reliable. You just gotta understand, like, you sometimes need to back into your defender just to get away from people swiping you, because you're not really doing any post moves. You're just trying to keep the ball away from the post defender and the help defender. So keep in mind, be mindful of that, and use the L2 and the post correctly. If they're swiping, make sure you spin, or you back down, and if you're there, flush it, IRC it, doesn't matter, alright? So try this, let me know if you guys enjoy it. This is likely the strongest play I have found this year so far, and it's in the Pelicans playbook, so that's fantastic. You just need players who has handoff plays, so make sure you check that out on 2K MTD Central to see which cards have it. And if you're playing offline, that doesn't really matter, you can just change it. Also, if you're playing Play Now, like I just changed it on Play Now too, you can just change the play priorities. So there you go. And as always, thanks for coming by. I will let you guys know the good news when I'm allowed to announce it, so that will be sometime in the week. And yeah, one more tutorial coming maybe on Sunday to show you what bad defensive settings and good defensive settings comparison study looks like. And as always, thanks for coming by. I'll see all of you next time.